What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Baby Friday, is our Thursday. We're not aired on Friday, so this is our Friday. And let me get to sharing the show right quick so everybody can. Let me see. Let me get to Facebook. Share it over there. Let's see. Come out of there. And it's just so much stuff going on today. Wow. When I tell y'all, it's yes, it's gonna be epic. If I can find oh, there it is. There it is. I just saw it. I just saw it. I just saw it. It can't be it. That can't be it. I just saw it. I'm trying to find my I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is. Robert Half. There it is. Just shared it. I want everybody to share it if you can. Share it to your groups. Let's see. I'm gonna share it to my groups. Got that out of the way. Oh yeah. I see you. I see you, big coach. I see you, big coach. It's gonna get. It's gonna be epic here in a minute. So many things I want to talk about. What's up, Daryl? I'm not muted today, huh, Daryl? I'm good. It's so man. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start, and I don't know how to talk. It's a subject that been all over the news. Wait a minute, hold up, y'all. Hold
This
on.
place is pretty messed up. It's dirty all over this place.
Y'all, they keep sending me stuff, man. They keep sending me stuff. Daryl Anderson. Somebody say I'm here, but I'm at work. But I'm here. I got you. I got you. I got you, baby. I got you, baby. I see you. I see you. Uh, I don't know. Where do I want to go with this show today? It's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know, Robert Young, where I want to go. Yo. Man, y'all need to see Robert. But I'm gonna mess around and put. Let me see, can I find that picture? No, I ain't gonna put his. But boy, that boy Robert House, Robert goes out on all out on holidays, especially on Christmas. That yard look immaculate. Uh, Rob, 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 did you see something in the news that you just want to talk about? Did you see something? Daryl Anderson, did you see something? Big coach, did you see something? Big coaches, did anything happen in high school basketball I need to know about? I mean, y'all, I don't know where to go today, man. Because when I do cover something, you know I want to cover it right. You follow me? And oh my God, so much stuff happened. I'm just waiting on y'all. I know y'all waiting on me, but I'm waiting on y'all. Share the show, everybody. I didn't share it. I'm sorry, I didn't share it over here too. I forgot. But y'all talk to me, man. Y'all ain't finna work me to death today. Y'all gonna have to talk to me. Y'all gonna have to talk to me, Rob. I ain't gonna let y'all be shy today. Uh, y'all gonna have to talk to Choker King. You got to talk to me today, man. You got to tell me what's going on out here in this world of sports. That man said Michigan, LSU done already offered the Michigan quarterback a 20. I don't blame him because LSU ain't got no quarterback no way. Uh, what's happening, man? Eric Harrison. Hold up. Wow. Wow. Rob, we want to talk about OKC. OKC, that's a good one to talk about. OKC, oh my goodness. Hey man, hey man, how people be letting people, how you a pro and you let people beat you like that? Rob, it says to me, just to me, Rob, I might be wrong. It says more about the team that they beat than they do, than about them. And you know, and I'm just sitting here and I want to make sure I got the score right. 138 to 89. 132 to 119 in pros. These boys is 24 and 1. 24 and 1. OKC. Rob, I'm glad you brought it up. Watching Desmond Bain the last few games, I think he's trying to beat Dylan Brooks, give Orlando edge. All they did is threw the ball and hit the man with the ball. That don't hurt. Spurs winning without Wemby? Yes. That's a good one. But then just yesterday, anybody watch the show? Anybody was on the show with me yesterday? Didn't I just say yesterday on the show? Who was on the show and heard me say, I talked to the Division I college coach yesterday, right? I talked about the story. Me and him he was just going in. I just let him talk. And then we talked about, he just told me man, college basketball makes him want to quit. And he ain't old. Eric, I said, I was talking about these college campuses have so many women on them. And men, when you work on these campuses and you're in position of power, you have to be able to say no. And I know you're talking about that, y'all, I've been in these positions before. I can see just like they can. But when to whom much is given, much is required. So I'm gonna be all over. I'm gonna be talking about Sharon Moore. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking. Black men. We don't get a chance to get these jobs too much. Michigan ain't never had a black coach in his life. Dude, they didn't even go through the search to get you. Let me repeat that. They didn't even go through the search. Wait a minute. Wow. Hold up, y'all. Wow. Rob, I'm not perfect. You ain't perfect. Robert Shaw said, yeah, Robert Young, you should know. Yeah, you know. Chocolate King, none of us perfect. Y'all gotta understand, I know it's hard, fellas. That's why I always talk to my guys on these college campuses. Assistant coaches, you too. Y'all, we got my young men. When you go on these college campuses, it's gonna be a whole lot of co-eds, whole lot of beautiful women. The women on this campus, you can't mess with. Now, let's say you at U of H. You can't mess with the women on that campus, but you can go over to TSU. You can go over to Rice. You can go over to St. Thomas. You can go to the clubs. You can go over on Alameda and get all the women you want. We getting lazy, man. Eric Harris said, I was out with my oldest son last night, Rob, and we talked about how he has to move now as a businessman in these streets. Told him exactly what you said about women and being careful. And, you know, I'm not saying you're thinking with the wrong head. That's too outdated. Man, we're in places that we've never been able to go and be able to. Man, let's not talk about no Lakers. Please don't come on here talking about no Lakers tonight, day man. Chris Charles, please. Please don't talk about the Lakers. I wasn't going to even talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Man, we're talking about something that's different right now. Y'all, I'm thinking, I don't even know how to talk about this. But I'm worried. Listen, this high human resource, share the show. I can't believe y'all coming on here. Ain't nobody hit thumbs up. Ain't nobody hit the share the show. Man, I ought to hang this show up right now. Oh, I did have 8 thumbs up. Okay. I don't know how to talk about it. I know we better share this show. I'm not going any further. I know, homeboy, I see the same thing these guys see. But I know not to go there. These little girls. I ain't trying to offend nobody. I'm speaking to the next generation. Man, I pray for Penny every day. I pray for Damon Stoudemire. They're my dudes. Both of them, nice looking and rich. So we have to talk about this stuff. Girls be throwing themselves at the feet of these guys. Every day. And you got to treat little girl. You got the little girl on. Get your little ass on away from over. You have to little girl on. Little girl, if you don't get your little ass, get your little old, you have to, because they're going to keep on. You got to kind of, girl, I got a daughter your age. My daughter's older than you. You follow me? And I know it's hard, but you're being lazy. You're a millionaire, Sharon Moore. You can fly whatever you want in and fly our ass right on out of there. But you, allegedly, you hired this little girl. And you gave her a 55% raise. You took her from $56,000 a year to $90,000 a year on government's money. Sharon, come on, man. Then you're acting ignorant with her, I guess. Cause I'm just reading the stories. If don't nobody know what I'm talking about, hold up. I'm sorry. I did this wrong. Hold on. I did this wrong. Sources have provided me with some graphic details leading up to the arrest. He got arrested too. He got fired, then he got arrested. Sharon Moore. Y'all watch this. Y'all watch this. Sources have provided me with during an argument with his wife. He said Moore threatened to kill himself. Then he drove to and broke into the young girl's house, the one who sources say who he has the affair with. And he held a knife to his own throat and threatened to kill both of him and her. Yo, we got to talk about this. Yo, I'm not sensational. Where did this young man go wrong? Now he's in protective custody because they saying he might kill himself. Because his whole world and changed. Y'all share the show. Yo, this is what mental health. Dude, you got to be crazy to do shit you just did. Something got to be wrong with you. Allegedly. They say he was intercepted. This is a head coach in Michigan, who really, hold up, when Jim Harbaugh he kept cheating so much, he quit. So they hired this guy. This guy would have never got hired if they did a coaching search at that university. This is a top 5 job in the whole world, right? So Michigan has never had a black man ever coach their team. Ever. But y'all was breaking my heart. Mel Tucker, Michigan State coach. Now Sharon Moore at Michigan. I got to talk about that. I was fighting myself this morning, saying, Robert, don't even talk about it. Robert, what can you do? Robert, so now I got to bring it home because this is important. Being a man that's in a position of power and can use his power to persuade certain things. I've been in, you have to say, Rob, little girl, if you don't get your little, go. Come on, y'all. This man making $6 million a year. He just gave it back. He was intercepted at a local church. I guess he left the girl's house, went to the church. His wife was provided the phone location to the authorities. He's now in protective custody. Y'all, just a tragic chain of events. All because, look, cute little girl now. Don't get it twisted. Look cute, look cutie pie. Eric, Leon, man. See, when we talk, when we speak, y'all. Yesterday, I had something happen on this show yesterday that just it warms my heart because this parent had always been emailing me about his son for years, right? Because I said some on the show that gave his son's made his son believe in himself. He said, other than me and my mom and my dad, Mr. Hatter believed in me. And I didn't read all of his letter because, man, because he sent it to my Gmail account, sometimes the notes be stacked up on top of each other. And I didn't read the last one. He told me the kid had passed away, and I didn't know it. So it broke my heart yesterday. It broke my heart because I didn't remember. But I remember that the things that that's why I got to be very careful what I'm saying and how I'm sharing this thing, because I need somebody. I'm not finna, he disappointed me. I'm not finna call him no dummy. I mean, because I know how easy it is, I went and researched the book. The man is everywhere with this little girl because she's his assistant. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where did I put all that stuff in? Hold up, y'all. The little girl is everywhere with him. Oh, here we go. The little girl is, at first, hold on. She's this administrative specialist of athletics. In 2022, she was administrative specialist of athletics, making $58,000 a year. Hold on, let me go. In 2023, she was administrative a specialist, making $58,000 a year. Again, the same amount. But some happened. 24, 25. This is her pay record. The salary history of Paige Shiver. That's her name. 2025, y'all, she was administrative assistant of athletic, making $90,000. I can imagine how good that thing got from that year to that. That thing got 55% good, Joey. Did y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm giving you the pay history of the young girl. His assistant. $58,000. 58,000. Hold on. 58,000 in 2022. 58,000 in 2022. I guess she wasn't whatever. I don't know what was going on. But something happened. 24 to 25. They up to the 90. I wonder why. Robert Carroll? No, you're right. You don't fumble the bag. I ain't gonna call. But man, homeboy. Mel Tucker fumbled the bag. There's a lot of people fumble the bag. That man said, watch this. That man said, this is the anniversary of Sam Cooke, right? Y'all know I don't play around. This man said, this the anniversary. Y'all watch how Robert had it. I just went right over there to my bookshelf. I didn't know he was gonna put this in. Alfio, let me put it big so people can see it. Let me put it big. Alfio said, this is the anniversary. Everything we talking about, this man said this is the anniversary of Sam Cooke. Alfio Vizzi. This the real book. See, I be reading these things. The Triumph of Sam Cooke, Dream Boogie by Peter Gorlnick. Don't play with me, man. Alfio. Don't play with me. Share the show. This finna get good. That man come talk about Sam Cooke, and I just happen to have that book right there on my shelf. Hey, y'all, I told y'all, I got to have me a book in the library. Her dad used to work for the Bears, so it wasn't like she wasn't hurting for money. This is not about her hurting for money. Ain't nobody call this girl no gold digger. I don't understand that one. Just cause your dad works somewhere, that don't mean you don't like money either. I don't understand that one. I'm just saying, Sharon Moore is so unwise that instead of him paying, Bob, he got the taxpayers paying his, what you call it? his coochie, his bill, his indiscretion bill. Every woman want my money. I don't know. I ain't never heard no woman say, "Well, I don't want money. I'm some rich ones." I don't understand how. But let me keep going. I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to find somebody. Robert Carroll, I'm trying to find somebody. I'm trying to get somebody to send me that way. Leah, y'all got to talk to me. Hold up. Text tag, tell somebody to call, to join the show. Man, they hit this boy like a Mack truck came at him. The boy done went crazy. But see what you don't know, HR man. This is what HR be doing to y'all, right? Let me show you what HR be doing. Oh, wait. This is HR. This is what they be doing.
Shit. Got your ass.
That's what HR be doing. They asked him and the girl. They heard about him and the girl messing around. They asked him, y'all messing around? No, we ain't messing around. They ain't messing around. We ain't messing around. Then the little girl, something he done did something. He done messed up. She done caught him with another girl. Something done happened. The little girl came with the receipts the next day. I don't know if somebody forced into it, they wanted him out, y'all, and they don't want to pay him. And man said, these dudes are suckers. They can only get these women because, absolutely. Rob, he said Michigan had it in for him. Yep, I mean, they gave him a job. Why would they have, y'all, listen, if you had to beat Ohio State, like I told my man last night, what? Oh, she went to HR. You talking about who told? The girl. The girl, Paige, she said something had happened between him and Paige. Because they fired him immediately when the girl came with the receipts. Let me keep going. Let me keep telling the story. She told HR. Because remember, she said they didn't mess around. Then she came back. I don't know if somebody pressured her into it or he made somebody. I don't know, y'all. It's all alleged, y'all. I don't know. No. I mean, I don't want to put nobody's name out there like that. Y'all can put that up there. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you something. I'll tell y'all something. Can I talk to y'all? I never forget. There's something. This is just me. A reporter asked Michigan coach Sharon Moore about Jalen Milroe's comments on Bill O'Brien suggesting he change positions and thinks and where he thinks black quarterbacks stand today from a stereotyping standpoint, the reporter asked him. And this Negro said, this dude who just got caught up, really, I don't see color. Anytime a black ass man said that to me, I got a problem. This is just me. Remember I said this is me. Y'all don't have to have no problem with it. I don't see. This is what he said. This Sharon. When they asked him, when they asked him about Jay Milroe, who was saying Bill O'Brien suggesting that he change position where he thinks black quarterbacks stand, and then they asked Sharon Moore, where do you think the black quarterbacks stand today from a stereotyping standpoint? And he said, really, I don't see color. My wife is Caucasian. My kids are mixed. I deal with black, white. I lived in Kansas where you can put You can, what he said, well, you can be in the house with the door open at 12. And I've been in New Jersey where you have to be in the house at 6 o'clock. I've seen all cars of the spectrum. Who is TJ? Who is TJ? Rob. Mel Tucker. We can't forget about Mel Tucker. Michigan State. He lost 85 mil. This boy, he ain't losing, but about 20 mil, which is a lot. But Mel, about 65 mil, I think. Mel lose. What's messing up? Y'all know what? Rob, what you said, TJ said you never pay for P because it's so plentiful, but you pay for them to leave. Not okay. What TJ said there? I don't know what you're talking about. TK. I'm not waiting on Dr. Omar. What? Why would people waiting on Dr. Omar? I don't understand what you mean. I don't understand what you mean. Everybody waiting on Dr. Mark Omar. I don't know what you mean by that. Because I'm not waiting on no damn Dr. Omar. I can see this myself. I don't need nobody else to think for me. I don't understand. How can you not? Yeah, I don't understand that, Rob. But this the kind of guy he is, right? But in this whole mess, explain to me about the Omar stuff, because I don't know what to tell you talking about. But in this whole mess, I feel bad for this young man's wife and his 3 killed children. You know why? Because their whole world just got flipped upside down. And they were totally innocent. Somebody sent me this morning, said, Robert, Michigan head coach, he lost the game. What he said? Lost the game, Ohio State. He lost his job the same way, playing in the snow. And the crazy thing about it, they told me, Robert, if he had to beat Ohio State, we're not even talking about this right now. Did y'all hear what I just said? We're doing all this talking about he fumbled the bag. No, he fumbled. If his team had to beat Ohio State, the bag is not fumbled. See, in these situations, I don't know what the guys think, but I'm assuming they think they never would get caught. He hired a young girl. Now he doubled a young girl's salary. She knows she shouldn't have had her salary doubled. He went to, I'm looking out for you. Y'all got to understand, this is Robert Hatter now. You're going to stay loyal to me to keep this secret because of the money that I've been giving you. I'm sure he's been buying her gifts. He took her from Rob. Robert Cursor, wonder how long till she gets back to P4 like Hugh Freeze. Oh, he ain't getting back. Oh, Bobby Petrino. Forget Hugh Freeze. Bobby Petrino. Oh, Bunny. Okay. No, we ain't got to wait on Dr. Umar. You heard what I just said? The man said. He said he's got a white wife. And the little girl, she's a cutie now. I didn't want to put a picture on the screen like a lot of people are doing. Y'all can go find her page something. What's Paige last name? Hold on. Cute little girl though. Paige Shiver. Shiver. But I know he's saying, you gonna stay loyal to me and keep this secret because of the money that I've been paying you. And I'm sure he bought her gifts. I know he was giving money. Christmas coming up, you know he was gonna give her some band. Might have bought her a new car. Gentlemen, I know it's easy. It's undefeated, man. Was it worth it? This dude was handed, ladies and gentlemen, a top 10 job. They didn't go out, search for a coach. They just handed him the job. When I think about this, the fact that two recent black head coaches, a Big Ten program, disgrace themselves like this is shameful. It's shameful. We always get told how unfair the landscape is for black coaches. And yet they choose to squander the opportunity like this and embarrass their schools. I just talked about this yesterday on the show. I didn't know this was going to happen. I was just talking about it because I was talking to my guys and they were just telling me, hey, man, we just can't do it. He said, man, I have to constantly stay on my assistant coaches. Because I know, ladies and gentlemen, let's just use Damon Stoudemire. He at Georgia Tech. He just can't mess with the girls at Georgia Tech. Coaches, all the coaches on the staff. They got Clark, they got Spellman, they got all them Georgia State, they got all of them colleges down there. You can't mess with the ones at Georgia Tech, man. You can't mess with the world in Michigan, man. And then hire and pay government money, double a salary. Man, people knew about this. Michigan knew about this situation for a while. They intentionally waited till after signing day. Big coach, you're a millionaire. That man said that's why he got out of little league football. But no, little league football ain't paying you millions of dollars. It's a different dynamic. Now, some of you little league coaches who use your power to mess with the moms, that's the sense of it. But you ain't dropping the bag. If they put you out of little league, what you just go find another little league. Unless he's a hell of a singer, a dancer, when the hell he gonna make $6 million a year? He can't coach that good. Lester, y'all talk to me. We got and I know it's convenient. You're a millionaire. Why are you messing with the little girl on your staff? Emi Udoka, out of all the brawls in Boston, why you mess with Brad Stevens' secretary? All the women in Boston. And me, okay, I ain't leaving them out. Use your power. Yo, this is a power dynamic. The young girl is a subordinate. She's so subordinate, he can give her a 55% raise. When the last time one of y'all had a 55% raise? I don't care what the white coach is doing. They ain't getting caught. And they winning. Herb, they let him get away with it when he was beating Ohio State. But when you get beat by Ohio State and you don't make it to the bowl series, you got to go. This Michigan, we just paid $10 million for a quarterback. We ain't paid $10 million for a quarterback for us not to be in the playoffs. I ain't worried about what no other coaches do. Him and Neil Long was not together then, man. That was just bad baby dad. They were not together. Let me repeat that. So neither one of y'all can say this again. They were not together at that time. They messed around, but they were not together. It was not exclusive. I heard it from the horse's mouth. So y'all can get out of the Neil Long stuff. They wasn't married. The man and I'm gonna put it like this. If somebody hold your ass for 12, 14 years saying they're gonna marry and don't marry, you can come on now. Leah ain't that dumb. Y'all just don't look at it. But I'm thinking about this guy, man. I mean, Herb, didn't you compound it? Okay, you got caught. All right, let me get out this shit. Now you go and tell your wife you're gonna kill yourself, then go over to the girl's apartment, tell me he gonna kill you and her. Man, come on, man. Something's wrong with this guy. I'm sitting there. Y'all, hold up. Here we go. This him when he first came. Listen to what he said.
With an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. And I promise you, we will smash. Thank you very much. With an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. And I promise you, we will smash. Thank you very much.
I can't make this up. This was his introduction conference. He said, we gonna smash.
And I promise you, we will smash. Thank you very much.
You can't make this up.
With an
That's not even AI.
unknown to mankind. And I promise you, we will smash. Thank you very much.
Yo, we can't make this up. And then, hold on. This one I know something wrong with him. Watch this.
Jerome, what does it mean to you?
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you. For this university, the president, our AD. We got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These fucking guys right here. These guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man.
Jerome, what is it?
You got all the best and you can't win. You was all right, man, when you was winning. But when you a co-ed, hold up, y'all, and he got documented evidence that you gave her a 55% raise. You took her from 58 to 90. Y'all help me, man. Y'all see what I've been dealing with all night? Y'all gotta understand, two of my favorite dudes in the whole world played at Michigan. What the hell? They played at Michigan. Watch him. Stop it, Herb. Hey, y'all. Y'all, this stuff, y'all don't understand. I didn't want to talk about this today. But I said it's something in here that our next generation gonna get out of it. If Michigan had won the Ohio State game, listen, y'all, I know how crazy it is. It's some people in Ohio. Charles Woodson is from Fremont, Ohio, and he went to Michigan. It's some people that still hate him for that today, and this man is retired. Shamar Moore, you entered the wrong portal, man. Michigan ain't gonna have another brother for 100 years. After you and Jawan Howard swinging on folk, Michigan ain't gonna get no black coaches. They already ain't never had none in all this time. Y'all, this crazy. I'm just sitting there and look at the timeline. I don't even want to take y'all through it. Somebody keeps sending me stuff. Wow. Guess we can move on. And y'all, it's kind of shocking how quickly this story went from hilarious. It's terrifying. When you start trying to tell me you're going to kill people, you're going to kill yourself. This is probably the craziest coaches firing ever. I was just thinking about that. But I'm thinking about the wife and the kids, man. They're innocent. Share the show, everybody. I need some, because we finna go somewhere. You know I got somewhere to go now. This is just an appetizer. Somebody told me sin will take you farther than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and cost you more than you want to pay. I know. I'm going to say it again. Sin. Missing the mark. That's all sin is, missing the mark. Like you trying to hit the bullseye with a dart and you miss the mark. That's what sin is. Sin will take you farther than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and cost you more than you want to pay. People always remind me we're all one step from stupid. We all of us. Looked at college basketball last night. Y'all, I saw some stuff about college basketball. My man asked me a great question about this season, college basketball. But then I look at, and I didn't mention, and I should have, Eric, the influx of foreign players, and instead of playing pro ball over there, they're playing over here. National Player of the Year candidates coming back to school. It's just a lot of stuff going into college basketball, and pro basketball. It's getting crazy. But I got a list of stuff here that I want to talk about, and I'm just trying to pick out which one I want to talk about. So if y'all got some on the screen that y'all done seen in the news y'all want to talk about, I probably got it up here. And I know I've been talking about my young fella. Let me see. Talking about my young fella. But they told me something. About this should do it thing. I saw this, and it kind of got me a little bit. He said, "Do you think the quality of the game is better?" No, it's just better players. Guess what? Players ain't running trying to be pro. They're staying longer. The product is better because the better players are playing longer. Let me see. Hold up, y'all. Let me look at. Somebody's trying to send me something. Hold on one second. Oh, okay. But I saw this, and because I was thinking about it, and I know everybody got their ways, and about this thing. And before I go there, I'm gonna go here. I got a quote. I got something for you. TSU. Hey, Herb, check this out. Check this out. Herb, up until a few weeks ago, TSU had no. I mean, you know, Herb, you go to the games. I go to the games, and I just go around the crowd, and I just want to see what shirts and what stuff they got on. I see the nice stuff from the AKAs. I see the nice stuff from the Kappas. I see the nice stuff from the Greeks. I see all this, but TSU didn't have a really signature line. It just wasn't a whole lot of just nice stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, I use my little clout. And I called my man. I said, hey man, when you gonna do something for TSU? You know I am. When you gonna do something for TSU? And he said, well, Rob, TSU, I mean, I tried to in the beginning, but didn't nobody bite. Right? Didn't nobody bite. So after constant talking, that's why I keep telling y'all, faith come by hearing, and hearing. You got to somebody tell you no one time, and you just keep on going back, and you keep on going planting seeds. And I kept on saying, man, we need to do this. Man, we need to do this. Man, we need to do this. And some people this all they used to, Herb. Right? You TSU got this, or that's all they used to. And some people like it plain like that. There's nothing wrong with it. Simple, elegant. But the Anthony Lawrence collection, when they put their twist on it, and the material, y'all remember my bomber jacket, my two sides. The people thought I had two jackets, the gray on one side and the maroon on one side. Y'all saw my Memphis hoodie with the Memphis shorts. And I said, man, this dude, and all I was saying, man, this dude know how great his stuff is. And now I know he do know. So I talked to him. He said, well, you know what? He said, Rob, you know what? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's do something. I said, wow. Y'all don't understand. I love when we have, hold up, companies just happen to be owned and happen to be better. That is Moody. Just received his the other day. That is Moody. I know it's cold enough for you to have it on right now. That is Moody just received his. Somebody else sent me something where they received theirs. Ladies and gentlemen, the shirt the sweatshirt I had on, talking about HBCUs what it say on the front? That is Moody. HBCUs, man, I got so much stuff on my mind. But influence everything. HBCUs influence everything. Y'all, can I talk to y'all? This is why I talk and try to give information on this show. Some people just don't know. Some people don't know. I'm at this place. Oh yeah, I swear. And I was just talking. Where was I at? I was at this place. I don't remember where I was at. But it was asking me about the shirt because I had the sweater on. Influences everything. HBCUs influence everything. I just didn't want to get it right. Watch this. So I got the shirt on, and the girls it was marveling. Wow. And I asked, and hold up, it was a group of people, group of women, and I said, I got it. I know I got it. HBCUs influence everything. I got it. Y'all got to understand, I got so much stuff on my mind, I have a brain freeze sometimes. So what happened is, I'm talking to the ladies. I'm gonna show you how important HBCUs are. I said, HBCUs were a heartbeat from being in the presidents in the Oval Office. Several of the people said, wow, yes. One young lady didn't get it. She said, what do you mean? I said, Kamala Harris was the vice president. She went to Howard, which is a HBCU. If something had happened to Joe Biden, HBCU would have been in the White House, baby. She just did. It never clicked her. We don't know how great we are. So this young man, he messed around. We talked about. I said, man, what can you do for TSU? So he just didn't say, okay, I'm going to make a t-shirt. He made a line. He named it. Look at this. Let me make it big for you so you can see it. The birth of a cultural icon. It got birthed because the Chop Shop kept pressing him to do something for TSU. Grambling got the bomb. Southern got the bomb. Florida A&M, all of them people got their bum out because they support. This man came to Anthony Lawrence collection, came up with this H-Town. When you see that, that's called a H-Town Howler. The design team studied our city. Herb Baker. The slabs gliding down MLK. The skyline that rises like a crown. The rhythms of third wars, the fierce loyalty of Tiger Nation. And they came up with these bold stripes and signature attitude that defines the ALC collection. This is called the H-Town Howler. That hoodie right now is ready for pre-order. You can pre-order that right now and have it soon. I'm telling y'all can't wait. Can y'all imagine? I'm on the road. My first road trip is to Southern. Southern, yeah, you got some nice stuff, but guess what? We got some nice stuff too. So then he didn't stop there. He did some other things. He didn't stop there. And then, I sit back. He said, man, that ain't it. Wait a minute, what was this? He said, then I'm going to go back and make a more traditional one. Call it classic. A classic crew neck. I'm just telling you, I'm kind of marveled at what we're doing. And all he did is He refining the classic imagery, reimagining, but he doing it in luxury, not your stuff you will get at Walmart. Texas Southern ain't no Walmart University. And then he didn't stop. He went and came up with not gonna be available to January. Not gonna be available to January now. Okay, but now he got this T-shirt that remind you with the theme of Martin. Let me tell you. It said, hold on, let me make it big for you so you can see it. Hold up. I want you to big if you in your car. Yo, this, who's muted? I'm not muted. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not muted. You went big. No, y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me now? But just take a look at that shirt. It's not going to be available to January now. Just take a look at the shirt. It's rooted in the 90s flair and built on HBCU heritage. This TSU design salutes the movement, the memories, and the impact HBCUs continue to have on culture worldwide. This inspired by the retro energy of the Martin Lawrence Show and the legacy of HBCUs that shaped the culture. TSU University, bold, influential, and forever iconic. This TSU t-shirt channels the vibrant style of Martin while honoring the school that set the trends, shift culture, and inspire generations. It's going to be a hot t-shirt on campus in January. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Anthony Lawrence collection. Do me a favor, go to the collection now so you can have it, and go pre-order your H-Town Howler. I can't wait to see one of them on somebody. I really can't wait. It's just unbelievable, man. I mean, that this show can influence a line of clothing. The Chop Shop, this young man watching this Chop Shop, and we influenced each other. We just. I mean, yo, this didn't go overnight. This took some time. But now it's here, so I need Texas Southern. Don't y'all make me look bad out here. Let's show up and show out and wear our stuff and strut our stuff. And I know y'all waiting. I know y'all waiting to see when I pop up in there. And when I pop up in there, I know what y'all doing. I know what y'all doing. But man, it's unbelievable. I can't wait. And thank you, Thaddeus Moody sent me a picture of he got his stuff. He got the HBCUs, influence everything. That sweatshirt is off the chain. And Thaddeus Moody said the packages. What you said about the packaging? It comes in. Michael Garcia, I know you love U of H, but I need you to buy some of this TSU stuff right here too. He said the packaging is on point. Yeah, the packaging is on point. But thank y'all. But let me get here, because I want to show y'all something. Somebody just said, hey, we have available parts. Somebody tell me, hold on. What is it? Y'all, I went to a place the other day. I ain't gonna even talk about it. I ain't gonna even give it. But you know what? I was thinking about something. Just thinking about Shador again. I can't help it. Because I see y'all got to see what I see first. Y'all got to see what I see. Share the show, everybody. Y'all got to see what I see. Watch this. Where did this guy? Watch the venom. No. Watch. I know somebody, and they watching now, they told me some things about this situation and saying, you know, coaches don't like Shador, the coaches don't talk, and I've even said that coaches don't talk. But y'all watch this and listen to this carefully.
Here's some new information that might finally start to clear up all of the questions and speculation surrounding Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel and the quarterback situation in Cleveland with Kevin Stefanski. This is from Albert Breer, called into 92.3 The Fan in Cleveland the other day, and he said from his understanding, Kevin Stefanski reportedly privately told offensive coaches on his staff that this would be a scheduled red shirt season for Shador Sanders. However, after Flacco's trade and Dylan Gabriel's struggles, it certainly seems like other prominent members of the organization want to see what they have. And that, to me, would indicate Andrew Berry trading away Joe.
Let me go back secretly now. Watch this now. Y'all got
all of the questions and speculation surrounding Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel and the quarterback situation in Cleveland with Kevin Stefanski. Some new information that might finally start to clear up all of the questions and speculation surrounding Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel and the quarterback situation in Cleveland with Kevin Stefanski. This is from Albert Breer, called into 92.3 The Fan in Cleveland the other day, and he said from his understanding, Kevin Stefanski reportedly privately told
the offensive staff. So I gather with all of y'all, me, Carrick, Bob, and Garcia, and said, look here, y'all, we're going to really redshirt him, so we ain't really got time to spend no time with him. Let's spend the time getting these other guys ready. So we forget him right now. You follow me? Watch this.
It seems to me like there is no longer alignment on this situation. But
now it's no alignment because what? They get rid of Flacco, cut Kenny Pickett. Now it's something different. But in the beginning, all of them coaches around there was told, man, don't spend no time with that dude. We got to get these other dudes ready.
Between the coaching staff and the front office, and from the beginning, it was speculated that Shador Sanders was not a Kevin Stefanski pick, but it was an Andrew Berry pick. And it seems right now we have a bit of a power struggle between Kevin Stefanski wanting his guy, Dylan Gabriel, to continue to be the starter for the Browns this season, and Andrew Berry in the front office wanting their guy, Shador Sanders, to go out there and show what they might have in him for the future. So again, this report is nothing crazy. It just kind of confirms what we were already speculating.
Ladies and gentlemen, I never looked at it like that. That's why I'm coming to y'all. Shout out to the Cypress High School basketball tournament started today. I got a question. And I'm going to get back to Shador. Because evidently you want to talk about this Cypress. Who's in the Cypress tournament that I should talk about? Or we should. Who's going to be Michael Garcia? Give me one good player. Give me a player. Give me a player that people should go watch. Give me a player. Let me see if Jimmy even put something on his website. You know, because when people put it on the screen, you know, I was talking about Shador, but I come over here. Give me, if anybody that we need to see. I just went to Jimmy's tournament. Wait a minute. You telling me this kid from Dickinson is... So I should get out of my bed and go way out to Cyprus to see Trayvon Bell. That's what you're telling me. When I could be playing golf. That's what you're telling me? I be wanting to know. Anybody else? Is anybody else interested? I'm finna show you some, Michael Garcia. Anybody else going to the Cyprus tournament? Let me see. I'm just going to Jimmy's website. RCS Sport. Somebody just told me no. Is that a friend of yours, son, Michael Garcia? Tell me something about the kid. RCS Sports. Tell me something. Eric Boone, what's up? Waxahachie and Mansfield is all. I said player. I don't care about no damn schools. I do not care about no school. I don't care nothing about no schools. Give me a player. Let's see. What's the day? Thursday. Jimmy said, okay, Jimmy said the top games today for Thursday. The Heights versus St. Francis. Side Spring versus Side Creek. Side Woods versus Summit. Langham Creek versus Austin Westlake. Washington versus Westside at Ballard High School. Why Washington and Westside playing at Ballard High School? Yates versus Spring Woods at Waltrip. South Falls versus C.E. King. Okay. South Park versus Waxahachie, I guess. Okay. So Bel Air got a tournament at Bel Air? Huh. Respectfully, Howler, the best thing going on is the I don't need to go out there and eat. I got my own food. Thank you, Herbert. Herbert, let me get back to this. Yeah, thank you, Herbert. Herbert, thank you. Let me see. Boy, I love this RCS Sports. Because they give me, y'all can't lie to me. Okay, the Third Ward Jamboree take place too this weekend. Okay. Friday's games. Okay. I got you. Let me get back to talk. Let me get back to talk. Let me get back to talking about some stars right now. So, where was I at, y'all? I saw that, right? And then I saw this. Watch this. Watch the venom.
What can Shedeur really offer in a number 2 role other than more garbage from the Shedeur fanatics out there, which honestly, it's sports answer to a political cult at this point. If you put Shedeur Sanders at number 2 behind Dylan Gabriel, what are you fostering? You're fostering an environment where these sicko fans who just can't get over the fact that Shedeur is not being elevated fast enough and that the world's against Shedeur and that it's all about politics and it's all about all this other. They're just going to sit there and go, Dylan Gabriel struggled for a series. Let's get Shedeur in there. I hope Dylan Gabriel plays really well, and I hope the Browns cut Shedeur Sanders and go wherever you want. You figure it out. You go find some other place where you think you can. You already said you think you can do better than what's being put out there in the NFL at the quarterback position. Great, have at it. Go ahead, shove off. Go somewhere in the NFL and you figure it out there. And you take the ESPN echo chamber where the morning hosts say this, and then the Sunday morning hosts say this, and then the reporters come in to explain why Shedeur's pantomiming, and then this happens, and then that happens, and go ahead and take the entire ESPN machine, and we've been part of it on the media side of the fence too, but nobody.
Y'all see why I support my young brother, my young Royal, my young King? Y'all see why I support him so bad? Because I know there's an opposition to his mission. I know there's an opposition to his mission. Ladies and gentlemen, when I sit here and think about this, hold up, that ain't it. This is why I cut for the young fella. Watch this. Watch this little old thing right here. Watch her. Watch this. Watch it. Wait a minute. Watch this.
He never met a camera he didn't like. And it just seems like being out of the limelight right now as QB3 on a Cleveland Browns team struggling to score points. He's really missing the viral moments. I laugh about it because I don't take him too seriously anymore. I'm sorry, after that Rams game, I need evidence that he could play. All the pro Shador fans, and they're passionate about their favorite player. They think something like that is going on. They cannot believe there are players on the team at his position that are better than him, okay? They just won't accept it. They don't believe it. They're just like his dad. He doesn't believe Flacco and Gabriel can play better than his son. He never met a camera he didn't like. And it just seems like being out of the limelight right now as QB3 on a Cleveland Browns team struggling to score points, he's really missing the viral moments. I laugh about it because I don't take him too seriously anymore. I'm sorry, after that Rams game, I need evidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, the reason I talk about this young man, he's gone from a pre-draft slander, 5th round pick to the Cleveland Browns. People used to come on this show and tell me, but Robert, he don't play for nobody but Jackson State. How good can he be? But that 5th round draft pick, it's a Cleveland Browns starter for the rest of the year. The film says he has the physical tools, and his behavior proved that he has the leadership required to lead a franchise. He's maintained grace, confidence, work ethic that his father raised him to have. Let me tell y'all something. Deion Sanders had to be proud. I'm just thinking about how proud he is of his son. Have y'all ever had something? Y'all ever been proud of your kids? If you haven't, you need to tell them, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I don't care what they do. I'm proud of you. Nothing like us. Nothing else. The most valuable thing you can tell your son or your daughter, you're proud of them. And I was just thinking about that, man. Then you got Matt Barnes and Emmanuel Acho arguing with each other over this stuff. And then somebody called me, was telling me about Robert. What ruined high school recruiting isn't the transfer portal or the NIL. Guess what they say ruined high school basketball recruiting? And y'all help me. I'm not an expert here. Y'all help me. They said what ruined high school recruiting isn't the transfer portal, isn't NIL, it's the smoke, it's the snake oil that 247 Sports and all of them rivals and On3 have managed to fool y'all into believing is the gospel of recruiting. Somebody sent me this. They said a sheer number of people who believe the only way to determine a player's value is by stars. It's wild. Somebody they sent me this tweet said a 30 for 30 should be done on how those brands built a matrix and managed to plug everyone into it without the masses realizing. Kudos to them for building their brands, but shame on y'all for being fooled by it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on somebody to come in. Somebody said, Robert, I've known so many 3-stars that should have been 5 stars and 5 stars that should have been 3 stars, all because they had the plug at the recruiting site. Talk to me. I need somebody to talk to me. I need somebody to talk to me. I ain't never stirred. I think I'm the only one to talk about this. Somebody said they had a parent tell them not even 2 months ago that his son was offered a 5-star if he would commit to their program. He commit on their program. So yeah. But they being ruined because of what? They being ruined, you talking about because of this. Oversaturation of evaluation process, a lack of talent, a basketball IQ have had the biggest impact on college recruiting. Y'all, I'm trying to figure this thing out. To me, nothing beat measurables, film, talking to a head coach, and attending some of these camps and practices. Y'all, that's how I like to see stuff. You got to measure right. You got to pop out to me on film. Then if you pop out to me on film, I want to talk to your head coach about you. Just me. If I was one of these guys, then I'm going to attend your practice. That man said Blue Rhythm Magazine. What can we do about it? These colleges, I hate that they stopped the prospect camp. It used to be prospect camps used to be a lot better than now. Not the colleges just looking to get money to pay the coaches instead of looking for players. Is that it? And acting like these stars don't affect the kids' recruitability is naive. When coaches, listen, when coaches have wording in their contract that account for class rankings. Oh, he was ranked this. I recruit. Go look at their bio. I recruited him. He was ranked so-and-so. I recruited him. He was a 5-star. So the college is a part of this mess too. Can y'all hear that in the background? Can y'all hear that, what you call that name? That edger. I'm just talking to y'all, man. I'm just talking. I just need somebody to talk back to me. Then somebody told me, they said, Robert, another reason why those particular ranking outlets ruin recruiting. Because once they established themselves as the law on the topic, all of this other nonsense start popping up. Granted, if you've ever seen a 5-star kid play in person, it's a no-brainer. We've just been conditioned to think the labels matter more than the talent and the production. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh. No, I blame the services. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't blame the service. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm blaming us for being fooled by it. I apologize. Services, I'm not mad at y'all. Y'all built y'all brands, but shame on them people who listening to it. You remember the other day I was talking about the NFL, the NBA sons of the players, and I qualified. I said according to 24/7 Sports, 247 Sports, because I wanted to give a disclaimer. It wasn't Robert Adams stuff. And then somebody texted me, "Some man, one of these dudes you talking about ain't that damn good." But I can't say nothing. They can't say nothing. Hold on. Let me see. Who else we got? Coaches don't play. On the girls' side, don't forget the Blue Star Media. No, but we ain't talking about that. We didn't. We are, I'm just talking about all of them. We talking about why y'all being fooled by it. I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen. That man said, all because a parent had a side conversation with a couple of scouts. Are they a particular? You know what? I'm serious. I never forget this, y'all. I never forget this in my life. I'm in at a game. And this dude was tweeting about the game. And the dude was saying this player was cooking. I'm at the game, and this player was turning the damn ball over, ain't scored a point in 100 minutes, but he was cooking. And I said, I can't believe, I still, one of these days I'm gonna meet him. When I see that guy, I'm gonna say, man, what was you doing? But then I found out he was getting paid for it. And parents, somebody sent me this. Coach sent me, he said, watching these high school games lately, I need to know who the daughters of these parents are so I can make sure we never recruit these kids. It's getting out of control. Parents, we getting out of control. We're getting out of control. We're getting out of control, parents. We're getting out of control. See, y'all, you can't be coming to these high school games. Because if I see one of y'all doing this as a high school game and a coach called me and asked me about your son, I'm going to have to tell the coach about you, parent. When I think about, y'all know how I am. When I think about, because I know the importance of education, I know the importance of HBCUs, and I was thinking about something the other day. HBCUs influence everything. My affinity for HBCUs, long before I ever started calling the games for TSU. Got in arguments on this show. debates on this show. People just talking about, man, you know, the HBCU, man, yeah. You know, just because they went to another school. It's okay. But I like to think about this, and this is important. Y'all might need to share this. What could have been? What could have been America's first HBCU? Anybody know what I'm talking about? What could have been America's first? It wasn't. What could have been? What was the first HBCU? Let me look it up because I didn't even think about this. What is is America's first HBCU? Let's see. Historical. America's first HBCU. Yes, Cheney State. That's right. I should have knew that. America's first HBCU refers to Cheney University in Pennsylvania, established in 1833 by Richard Humphreys as the African Institute, making it the oldest historically Black college. Ladies and gentlemen, we should never know that again on this show when I put that up on this show. Y'all got to remember, I'm old. I'm going to forget something. We should never not know that. Right? Now watch this now. Founded to provide education and vocational training for African Americans when higher education was largely inaccessible for them. Y'all got that? If anybody with me, everybody give me a hands up because I'm going to take us home with this. Very important. Cheney State. I think John Cheney used to coach there. Him and Vivian Stringer. Talk to me, y'all. Is anybody there? Wait a minute. Am I muted? I want to know, am I muted? Because I'm glad I brought this up. Golly. Alfio, boy, Alfio guy. Boy, I bust Alfio little bubble. He said something about Sam Cooke, man, and I'm sitting up here reading the book. Ain't that something? But what could have been? It could have been a HBCU before Cheney State, y'all. And I'm just waiting on y'all to let me know. Y'all let me know if somebody, y'all let me know with somebody. I'll come back when y'all let me know. Let me know if somebody watching the show. Let me know when somebody is watching the show. I want to know, is anybody else? So ain't nobody watching but Eric. Ain't nobody listening but Eric. Is anybody else listening other than Eric? Talk to me. Is anybody else other than Eric? Before I go here, this is important. Nobody but Eric? Wow. Trying to see. Is this thing broken now? Marquesa says she here. He said, I'm trying to figure it out. What you trying to figure out? I'm finna give it to you. Okay, thank you. Okay, I was nervous. But watch this, y'all. Yeah. Anson filed. Okay. It just ain't popping up on the screen. Okay. All right. Anson. But watch this, Anson. I got a twist to this. Anson, I'm finna give y'all something. I'm finna give y'all what could have been America's first HBCU. Mr. Bartholomew, you're going to be the smartest man at the nail shop. You're going to be the man. Ladies and gentlemen, America's first HBCU was supposed to be in Connecticut. And Yale destroyed it. I mean, it's so amazing, y'all. Hold up. Here we go. Hold up. And Yale destroyed the plan before construction even started. Cheney State was in what year? Hold up. Cheney State was in 1837, okay? 1837. But in 1831, talk to me. A coalition. Hold up. Let me put my boys up on the screen. Where they at? Where they at? Where my old man at? Where they at? Okay. Right here. Right here. Listen to this. 1831, a coalition of black leaders and white abolitionists raised funds for the groundbreaking college for black men. Let me put these guys' names, make it a little bit bigger. Oh, Peter Williams, Simon Johnson. He's the abolitionist, the white guy, and the black guy. It's 1831. 1831 now. 1831. Right? So watch this, Daryl Lance. Daryl Lance. They chose, they chose this area right up here in New Haven, Connecticut. They chose New Haven, Connecticut for its intellectual reputation because Yale's there. Believing the northern city was friendly and pious and humane. Right? Then, watch this. Watch this. The land was purchased near today's I-95, ready to become a global hub for black education and liberty. 1981. Now, they bought the land, right? It was an extensive establishment in New Haven, Connecticut, formerly known as the Steamboat Hotel, and laterally as the Dwight's Gymnasium or the Gymnasium for boys, has been purchased by Mr. Jocelyn, the guy I told you, and is to be converted into a college for blacks. I can make it big for you. Right there. Right there. New gym. Yeah. 1831. You follow me? But when the news of Nat Turner's slave rebellion reached Connecticut, white paranoia exploded into immediate organized rage. Right? Watch this. And Yale's elite, talking about Yale, Ivy League Yale, their elite alumni and town officials called an emergency meeting, packing over 700 white men into the hall. Right? Okay? That's their elite. Right? And then they argued a black college would threaten Yale's dominance and offend the Southern slaveholders who sent their sons to Yale. You got me? Right? Where they at? The final tally was devastation. 700 votes to ban the college, only 4 votes in favor. It's the first Yale College House. Y'all follow me? Hold on. And their vote fueled a mob that attacked black homes and stoned the houses of the college white supporter, Lewis Tappan. That's him. Right? Y'all hear me? Then, 1833, let me get him out of here. 1833, this dude right here, Judge David Daggett, one of the loudest opponents of this black college, he upheld another case against black schools by ruling that black people are not citizens. That one right there. Right? Then, 24 years later, got to make y'all, I know y'all know about that. The U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger Taney cited Daggett's 1833 ruling in the Dred Scott decision. That was a great case right there. Then, y'all, hold on. That decision affirmed that people of African descent were not and could never be citizens. You got me? So, instead of a 200-year legacy of black doctors and black lawyers, that site where they were going to build that school is now highway intersection. What could have been America's first HBCU? Today, Yale acknowledged its history thanks to the creation of the documentary, What Could Have Been America's First HBCU. Ladies and gentlemen, when I see stuff like that, it just, I didn't know. I just didn't know. I'm watching, I'm thinking about these colleges. Dude, that was a 200-year legacy that we missed out because they didn't think we were citizens. So we shouldn't have no school. That's why people don't want, they want to throw these books and tell me you can't read this and you can't read this. They don't want you to, they don't want you to see that. Then, you know, I'm gonna switch over. I just had to give you that before I got out of here because I know it's over the weekend. But I was just thinking about them Spurs last night. It's amazing how much more complete the Spurs are this year. They go 8-3 without Wemby. I think 9-3 last night. And it's almost a different guy goes out every night. Last night, I think it was Stephen Castle. He had 30 points. Wemby might play Saturday, but they're going to play against OKC. I think, do they play for OKC for the final? Not the finals. Yeah, to go to the finals of the Emirates Cup. But I was thinking about the NBA, and I watched all these injuries, and I wanted to share with y'all the following are not currently on pace to hit 65 games, the minimum, in order to get an All NBA award. Defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year, a player of the year, and all of that kind of stuff. First team can't get no NBA awards if you don't play 65 games. And guess what? Luka, Giannis, Victor, Steph, Jalen Williams, Anthony Davis, Demonis Sabonis, LeBron James, Paolo, De'Aaron Fox, Joel Embiid, Zion Williams, Trae Young, Tyler Hero, Jared Allen, LaMelo Ball, Kawhi Leonard, John Morant, Darius Garland, and of course, Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton. Man, this is what's going on. Man, these injuries are going on and on and on. It's just so much stuff. Shout out to Herb. He was talking about Stuart Scott, and I'm going to end the show with this. Stuart Scott legacy comes to life on ESPN's new 30 for 30. It aired last night. They got to go to ESPN. They got it a million times. You can watch it. I can't wait to watch it. I taped it already, and I want to go watch it. But everybody has a Stuart Scott story, and I even have one. Maybe y'all have one. This dude, man, young black man that I'll never forget. Because, y'all gotta understand, when I first got in this business with Penny, I didn't know nothing about this business that much. I knew how to negotiate. I knew business, but I didn't know the business of sports that much. Studied each owner, but it's a lot of stuff, a lot of those teams. And a lot of those teams didn't know this. The NBA was different back then than it is now. But I never forget, we were on the set of Blue Chips, and the reason we had Blue Chips, every site we go, because we filmed in Chicago, Indiana, we filmed in a lot of cities, and LA. So wherever in this contract, wherever we go, they have to either erect or construct a basketball facility or have a gym right close by every time, wherever we at, because we would, Penny wasn't an actor. He was a basketball player. So we didn't want basketball to slip. So he had a routine. He had a routine, that is Moody, every single time. So their job was to fly in top talent, all the top talent, so we can play against Penny. So Paramount did a great job of that. We was in Indiana. A lot of people came. And then a lot of the players were in the movie. So all of we just made sure they always hooped because we was getting ready for the draft. So I'll never forget the reason I tell y'all, the reason we wanted Penny in the movie, we didn't want to be in no movie. We wanted him to get close to Shaq. We get close to Shaq. Shaq find how good Penny can play. Shaq gonna what? We wanted, and y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. It was simple, but it wasn't so simple. I wanted Shaq and Penny to play together because why? I wanted to reenact the old Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul, dominant center, great point guard, big point guard. You follow me? That's what my aim was. And then I found out Shaq didn't want it Chris Webber because he wanted what? A power forward to keep that heat off of him because he get tired of people fouling him. He had to rebound all the ball. He wanted Chris Webber. Shaq said in the beginning he wanted Chris. Now he switched around and tell it on these things, but I know what he said. That's why I got him. He said he wanted Chris Webber. So we on the set Penny killing everybody on the set. Shaq wasn't playing at first. And then he kept hearing all the directors and everybody talking about, you seen Penny play? You seen Penny? Then Penny name got the ringing around the set. So shit, you know, I'll clap because at first didn't nobody know Penny was. Y'all knew who he was. The people in Hollywood didn't know. So we went out there, so everybody started liking him. Penny, because he in there killing everybody, right? So y'all got to see him in a pickup game. That's why it just killed me when people tell me somebody that did something to him in a summer pickup game. Penny is a monster in summer pick. I don't understand why people be dreaming. But I sit there and he, you know, so we went to Orlando, right? Had Anthony Bowie and Nick Anderson. Anthony Bowie, you know, he's supposed to be a defensive special. Penny destroyed him. Killed everybody down there. So we went back to the set, kill it. So Shaq saw Penny one day, did start playing with Penny. Penny just kept getting the ball. They killing everybody on the set. Shaq got on the phone and said, yo, we might need to rethink this thing. Next thing you know, we fly to Orlando. Guess who was at the airport to greet us when we got off the plane? Stuart Scott. That's why I told him the story. Stuart Scott. He had the camera. He was just, Orlando ain't no big market. Ladies and gentlemen, he wasn't Stuart Scott of ESPN. Y'all didn't know what it was. I didn't know what the hell he was. He had the mic like Mr. Gleason, like Joel Gleason. You know Mr. Gleason who be there. He had the camera, and that's how Stuart Scott was, y'all. When Penny first came down there in Orlando. See, we they doing a special on him now, but I knew him before the special. That is Moody. So he came and interviewed us, right? So me and Penny got in front. Ain't nobody there to pick us up. Orlando Magic didn't send nobody to pick us up. So Stuart Scott took us to the facility. You know, I'm feeling disrespected. I'm hiding catfish grease. He says, people, hey, but it's crazy. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, Stuart Scott, he gave us right. So guess what? Every time he wanted a story, we gave it to him. That's how he got so big. So he covered Penny and Shaq. So he became big enough to be on ESPN. Let me repeat that because y'all don't understand how this is how we supposed to do each other. He was the only one at the airport. The Orlando Magic forgot about us, I guess. He picked it. He came to I never forget. He came and interviewed Penny. He had the mic, and you know, I mean, I ain't think none of it. No, I'm thinking about it now because I see Joe Gleason doing it. But but I was so grateful. He's so good. But guess what? Every story, because of that trip we took down there, and he looked out for us. We looked out for him. And look what happened. A couple years later, he's on ESPN. And the rest is history. Now they're doing a 30 for 30 for him. But that's my Stuart Scott story. And, you know, every time I see him and every time I think about the young man who's gracious enough to give us a ride to the thing. I mean, I'm serious. Now that I think about it, I mean, I forgot what I did because I know I was mad. I said, man, the hell y'all ain't, because you know what? We was a second thought. They had already thought they wanted Chris Webber. And then, you know, you see what happened. And so the rest is history. But that's my Stuart Scott story, man. Great young man. But y'all, that's how we supposed to do with each other. You know, we supposed to go, this man, I don't know if he went out of his way, but he didn't have to take us down there. A big coach, Eric Boone, he didn't have to take us down there. Eric Harris. But by him doing that, every time he always got the first interview of anybody. I intentionally. That man said, Hatter, you helped another friend of mine in that Orlando Mar. He's forever. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thaddeus Moody, I forgot about him. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But y'all got to understand, man. I've been preaching this stuff for a long. All I'm doing on here with the show with y'all is living out the things that I've already done. Thaddeus Moody, I forgot. Ryan. Yeah. We made sure Ryan got all the scoops. He got so big, they took him off to Chicago. That's right. I forgot, man. I forgot about that. Thaddeus Moody. I'm glad you said that. Ain't that something? Y'all, when we in these positions, it ain't for us to just come, man, this just for me and my dudes and my. No, man. It ain't no fun if the homie can't. Thank you, Thaddeus Moody. I forgot about that, man. Thank you. I forgot about that. Even Scoop. When Scoop wanted to, for Slam Magazine, wanted to do Penny, I gave him unlimited access. Next thing you know, years later, Ryan Baker, yeah. Years later, he meets Thaddeus Moody up in Chicago, and they get to mention to me. He said, man, get Robert Hatter my book. Sign a book and send me the book. You can't, I mean, it just, I keep forgetting this stuff, y'all. We do so much, Eric. We just keep on doing stuff. We just got to keep doing it. Everybody on here who know me, if I'm able to help, oh, Ryan is a jewel. But I forgot the access we gave those guys to Penny. So if you got Penny, you got Shaq. It made those guys bigger. So the big markets, Ryan, Chicago, Stuart Scott to New York, to Bristol, the ESPN. But what if we don't do that? So all of y'all who holding all the cards and got the positions of power, make sure you reach back and help somebody, man. Okay? And I didn't even think about it. I'm serious. I didn't even think. Thaddeus Moody, thank you for reminding me. I never thought about it. But it makes me happy that those guys' careers could be that great. And all I did was just give them access. Wait, hold up. I was intentional. Wait a minute. These people calling? No. Let Ryan come first. Let Stewart come first. Who? Let Ryan and Stewart facilitate it. So gave them power. God, man, I forgot about that story. Robert Hatter, boy, I forgot about that story. Thank you, Thaddeus Moody, and thank all of y'all, man. I forgot about that, man. That's Black history right there. They got a 30 for 30 about a man that didn't know. Boy, I love this. I love this, man. And thank you, Thaddeus Moody, man. I mean, for real. Cause y'all, I just do stuff. I don't remember it. When you making history, you ain't thinking about it. You just doing it. I ain't never went to Ryan and said, man, you know you owe me for that. I ain't never go to Stuart Cup. Hey, man, I know you. Man, I did this for you. I've forgotten. I forgot about Ryan. But Stuart Scott was so thing was so memorable to me is because I messed around. He gave us a ride. Ryan was the manager of the Fighting Illini team with Nick Anderson, Kendall Gill. Oh, that's why him and Nick were so close down there. Because he used to be with us all the time. Y'all got to realize, Orlando wasn't that big, so all of us had to hang together. All of us hung together. Y'all I never get to that. We got on this private plane, but it was a crop dust plane. It was a crop duster plane. It wasn't that big, right? We was going. The Super Bowl was in Miami, and then Orlando had a day off. So all I remember, I can't remember all the players. All I remember, it was me, Penny, Shaq, Dennis Scott, and Nick Anderson. We was in that little bit ass crop dust ass plane. It didn't take long, but we came from, Orlando and Miami ain't that far. But I'll never forget it. I'll never forget. It wasn't no jet now. Hell no. It wasn't no damn jet. It was a crop dust. But I never forget. I don't know how we got it. I don't know. And think about it. I'm the only one that was on the plane that wasn't an NBA player. I guess Penny said, no, he coming with me. Did nobody else bring their agents or nothing with them? I was the only one on that flight. I'd never forget that flight. I got to call Nick and ask Nick about how in the hell I get on there. Nobody, and everybody else's guy went on there. So, but thank you, Thaddeus Moody. This fun. Man, you made me think about some stuff, boy. But I'm out of here, y'all. Have a great weekend. Let's go. Young play. What we got? We got stuff at Bel Air. I might have to go to Bel Air. I got to go to Bel Air. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to Cyprus. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of town because I might sneak out of town. But I will see y'all Monday. Okay. All right, my man. Bye. I hit the button already. Bye. Hold up. I hit the wrong button.